We did a piece of legislation that we proposed called the PASS Act. And my question will begin with Dr. McGinn. As you know, there have been numerous reports of suspicious activity by U.S. adversaries in regards to U.S. agricultural land purchases. I appreciate the work CFIUS has done over the last year to expand security review authority over foreign purchases of real estate near American military bases. I believe the recent action to add a net total of 56 facilities across 30 states to the CFIUS review list is an important first step. But I think we're going to probably have to go farther than that. I think it's critical that Congress pass legislation, the PASS Act, that I've introduced with Senator Cortez Masto and many others to curtail agricultural land purchases by our stated foreign adversaries near military bases. So for Dr. McGinn, I want to thank you for your testimony and for your support of this legislation in your testimony. How significant of a national security threat is China?
China is our principal national security threat facing us today.
Today, there are numerous examples where they have tried to gather data or they have looked at setting up facilities near sensitive sites within the United States.
That's correct, Senator. I used to oversee CFIUS when I was in the Department of Defense several years ago, and there was a big turn in the late mid to late 2010s when CFIUS transactions were principally from European-based countries or Japanese-based countries or like, to becoming China started using state-owned enterprises or private companies to conduct do that, conduct transactions. And so what that led to is Congress acted and established FIRMA, passed the law that modernized CFIUS specifically to address these kind of threats. And I will say, I can't talk about specific transactions, but those kind of proximity transactions were really, really closely monitored by the committee, and they continue to be so. So I would encourage you to work with talk to the committee about the gaps that they see either in the Department of Defense or Treasury, and how your legislation could potentially help the CFIUS authority. But the more that we can strengthen and protect our national defense assets geographically in the United States, the better.
Great, thank you. I appreciate the support on that legislation. Ms. Lyon, South Dakota and states like mine have mineral resources that could contribute to our national defense and reduce reliance on adversaries like China. Given the permitting challenges and price manipulation you've described, what steps, legislative or administrative, would help make DPA support more effective for companies trying to establish domestic processing capacity?
Thank you for the question, Senator. Processing is absolutely the next link in the supply chain that we must be concerned about. It doesn't make sense to take all of this effort to get minerals out of the ground to have to send them to China for processing. Antimony is a really interesting case where China controls about 50% globally. They control 80 to 88% once you include secondary processing. So we've got to figure out how to bring not only the mineral production home, but the processing as well. And it needs to happen in parallel, because we've got a bit of a chicken and egg problem where it's difficult for a new processing facility to be built and put online if it doesn't know it has the minerals coming in the door. And at the same time, once the minerals are ready, you can't wait 3 years for the permitting and development of a processing facility. So DPA can absolutely use its authorities to help these things occur in parallel with one another, and that requires investment.
I think that's one of the most important reasons why we need to move forward with the reauthorization on DPA. Thank you. And with that, on behalf of the chairman, I will recognize Senator Reed.